What's up, everyone, and welcome back. I know I don't have the cam on right now. We're about to get to that. And welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video with your host, Goku. I don't want to take up too much time. I want to go ahead and bam, there we go. I want to go ahead and dive right into the video because the recordings, one of them took about 23 minutes to get through it. So let's go ahead and dive in. I decided to do a side-by-side. Oh, yes. Side-by-side. Gogeta versus Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, Gogeta completes Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and as of this time, Goku completes Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's team. Or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's team, right? So, Gogeta completes Goku's team, and Goku completes Gogeta's team until the Easy A's and Super Easy A's drop, which are going to benefit both Gogeta and Goku. Now, it took 5 months for Super Saiyan 3 Goku to get a full team, and I would say it is one of the top 5 so far, right? And I don't even have 5, but it's in the top 5 most disappointing things that came out of that happened to Dokkan in 2025. Super Saiyan 3 Goku comes out, and you can't get his own team for like 5 months. I think it's criminal. I really don't count Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito at all. I just don't count him. So it's a personal preference at that point, right? But here we are. I wanted to run this team just to see, you know, I guess kind of which one was more fun for me and kind of which one was more cool. I left on animations for most of everything. So let me talk a little bit about Goku's team while I'm thinking about it. One of the first, and Goku's on the left. His team's on the left because I see Vegeta there. One of the first things that I noticed was when I got Super Saiyan 4 Goku out, that meant I could never, ever get Grade 8 Vegeta to come out. Because if we're below 40% HP, we heal 44% HP. I believe that's the best. Let me pull it up because I got nothing but time right here. since this is already pre-recorded. Let me double check that. Let's see. Let's go to Dokkan Info. Or it's when you're below 44% HP, you heal 44%. I think is what it might actually be. And then you have to be 40% or lower to activate Grade 8 Vegeta, right? That's the, what am I looking for? Giant 8 power. That's the difference there. Here's Goku. All right. Yep. Boom. So pull up Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, when HP is 44% or less, you heal at the start of turn, you recover 44% HP, and that's forever too, which is super good, right? And then Vegeta, to do his Grade 8, which is an active skill, you have to be 40% or less HP. So already right there, I was like, dang, I'm in such a predicament that, you know, I can't really do anything about it. Now, the good and the bad about Tech Grade 8 Vegeta, and I ran one of the easier stages. I didn't go into the soul-crushing, you know, GDC celebration stages. Man, that just makes you feel like there's no good Yuden in Dokkan, and, you know, it's just not a good feeling, right? So I went ahead and ran Grade 8 Vegeta because I'm like, well, I could have a slot 1 unit, but then I was forced to leave him in slot 1, which was good. It was fine. I don't see Super Saiyan 4 Goku as the slot 1 unit that we really want to have, like, lying around there, right? So, let me see. Oh, okay. The Goku video runs a little bit longer. I just wanted to check the timer on that. So, it was good that I had slot 1 units that were not the leader, right? Because he's not truly slot 1-able. So, we were able to get Tech Vegeta and Physical Gogeta, which could just chill in slot 1, which is going to allow us to maximize and highlight Super Saiyan 3 Goku's passive and kit, which is he buffs the rotation, right? Let me pull this stuff up, right? I didn't want to show any of the information in the recordings because I did that on the first recording with Goku's team, and it was like a 30-minute video. So I said, nah, I'm not. Just animations only and the fight, right? So we have he gives out 70% defense to allies that are Power Beyond or Giant 8 power, and then 10% damage reduction to Power Beyond and Giant 8 power, right? So that's massive for Tech Vegeta, which is already rocking guard and 40% damage reduction in slot 1 and 20% damage reduction. So he's going from 60% to 70% the moment you get Super Saiyan 4 Goku out of there. Now, I decided to run this Red Zone I know I'm a little bit all over the place. I decided to run the Red Zone Jiren fight for Goku's story because it does come with a boss that can crit, which is fine, but it comes with locking in the phase before that and a bazillion AoEs, right? So I'm like, you know what, let's get a... not too toxic, but just toxic enough, like... locking can throw off some of my plans, right? So it's like, let's put locking in there because locking can be a mechanic that we can see quite often, and it can be very annoying. It can throw a wrench into anyone's plan on any team, and we're not there yet, but on the right, Gogeta's team actually loses because of the locking, all right? So I have to start over, and, you know, so I cut, right, or I pause, and I come back when I get back to the point where we lose, and I, you know, pick up the recording again with a second run. And that's one of the things with Gogeta's team. I had to, because there was a locking boss, I had to think about when I rotated units and who got rotated, right? So, finishing up with Vegeta, then we have the Super Saiyan 4 7-year LRs. Let me pull them up. Now, Gogeta himself, he gets, I believe he gets damage reduction in his passive as well. He's guarding all attacks, yep. Oh, he gets his damage reduction from Rainbow Key Spheres, apparently. So he gets, oh, sorry. Well, yeah. He gets 10% damage reduction per Rainbow Key Sphere, but if we are below 50% HP at any time, right, 50% or less, we get 50% damage reduction. So that's instantly 60% damage reduction if you have Super Saiyan 4 up and next to him. And then Super Saiyan 4 is also, and I didn't show defensive stats or anything like that. I didn't like pause to highlight that or anything. I didn't, you know, stop what I was doing because, again, I wanted to keep the video as short as possible, right? So we also get 44% attack and defense for 2 turns, right? So if you're running Goku and you keep him in slot 2 the whole time, right, the slot 1 character will always benefit from the 70% defense, and the slot 2 character, or sorry, the next turn character will benefit from the 44% and then the 70% from their Goku. So pretty much once both Gokus have supered, right, when you get both Super Saiyan 4s out, you then have, like, you have the 2-turn support and you have the turn passive support and the damage reduction. You're getting monster amounts of support, especially on the defensive end. He's probably one of my top 5 favorite units of 2025 so far. He might be my number 1 just because of how good he was pretty much all the way up until now. And then, again, the soul crushing global celebration event, right, where everyone can die, and some more than others, was devastating. So, and then another thing I wanted to talk about was Grade 8 Goku. Well, he showed up at the right time when we were in the locking phase. So, like a giant form, we can go into Grade 8 and we can start moving characters around and really not have to worry too much about who gets locked and where. However, if I'm going to try and keep my rotations as is, yeah, see, we just died over there because we didn't counter with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And we'll talk about Gogeta's team here in just a moment, probably for the last half of the video. So, we're able to use Grade 8 Goku's form to move characters around if we get locked. And we have 2 turns of that. Because once you get to the 5th turn from the start of battle, you just go Grade 8. There's no other condition. You can go Grade 8 earlier if you were weaker, but I'm glad that didn't happen because hindsight, looking back, I'm like, man, if I would have brought out Grade 8 Goku on his team, yeah, I have more units that could probably survive in slot 1. However, there would have still been someone that would have probably died in this turn. GT Vegeta would have just got crushed by this Jiren in slot 1. GT Goku would have also died slot 1 against this guy because their defensive stuff doesn't kick in until they attack with 12 or more ki, and then it's per ki sphere obtained. Let me double check on that Goku one, because I know Vegeta's absolutely like that. He gets 20% damage reduction, and then Vegeta has guard. Yeah, Vegeta, I could just pull him up too. Oh, he gets crit. Where's his guard at? Oh, with 3 or more ki spheres obtained. Let's go. Effective against all types and additional. So yeah, but most of their defensive abilities are coming when they attack. So that kind of like, kind of hurts them if you do find them in slot 1 and they get locked, right? They're actually they're the unit I'm worried about the most when I'm running any of the super tough content. I'm worried about AoEs taking too much health, or them getting locked in slot 1 and taking, the super that ends my run. So that was really it for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And with and this is for both teams, with the Super EZAs and the EZAs coming, depending on how good they are, I don't have to worry too much. Well, I definitely don't have to worry too much about Grade 8 power, because both of the 30-year anniversaries, Goku and Vegeta are going to get Super EZAs. So I expect them to be at least runnable slot 2, slot 3, easy peasy. And then that means for GT Heroes, I don't have to use this boosted Goku that if he doesn't counter the super, he dies, right? Like, I know they boosted his stats, but I don't think the stats and the passive align. Like, we're supposed to massively raise my defense. I should have had 4 million defense after this man hits a 12 ki super alone. You're telling me it's not 4 million defense? We got a problem here, all right? So, so they may have boosted the stats, but I don't think the stats are, like, part of... They don't work properly in the passive somehow. Anyway, I digress. Maybe they do, and maybe this Jiren just hits harder than I remember, the Inch Jiren. So, let's talk about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's team. Now, because it feels incomplete, and I didn't want to wait for the EZAs or Super EZAs to hit to do this video, because then I would be recording other videos, and I wouldn't do the side-by-side. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do it now, even though I would rather not use LR Super Saiyan 4, Goku, or Vegeta in this run. I would much rather use a unit that's going to be permanently buffed going forward, one of the EZAs or Super EZAs on the horizon. And I know it's a little bit late, but the reason why I ran Super Saiyan 3 Goku on, I hope it was obvious, Super Saiyan 3 Goku on Gogeta's team and Gogeta on Goku's team is for 2 reasons. One, we needed Gogeta for Goku's team. We needed Goku for Gogeta's team, and which I stated at the beginning. But 2, it's because I could run both on either team. So it didn't feel like I was, like, stealing away, one character's thunder over the other, right? It was just, hey, it makes sense. So, anyway, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta feels like an incomplete team because I'm using a limited time unit that I'm not overly fond of if they don't counter, and I believe it's a 50% chance to counter in the boosted part, which we don't really get to see the boosted passive completely. So, and then it really did help that I had more units that I could easily put in slot 1 on Super Saiyan 3 Goku's team, where Gogeta, I was able to, he can sit in slot 1, but when it comes to locking, they get rotated back a space. So if I put him in slot 1, attack, and we kill Tech Kefla, and then we go into Jiren, the next time we see that Gogeta, he's in slot 2, right? So I had to think about me floating units. So I had to float these Gogetas, which was fine. I didn't feel like it took away from the team or it took away from the side-by-side comparison or the versus showcase or whatever it was. I was like, you know what? But I just had to think about it a little bit more. I had to make sure Super Saiyan 4 Goku didn't go anywhere, like keep him around slot 2, right? Slot 3. I had to make sure Vegeta didn't show up in slot 1 somehow. The GT Vegeta, and if he did, I had to really hope we didn't get super attacked. And, the GT Goku I felt okay with because he has true type advantage and he has a little bit of damage reduction, but again, most of the defense comes when they attack. So now, when it comes to the fun factor, both teams are very fun, and I actually have to slow down a little bit with Gogeta's team because he would have beat it. And then, the video would have ended. His team would have beaten this event, I believe, like 5 minutes faster than what we completed on, I believe, because I could have when I get to the third phase, I'm like, man, I could start dropping active skills all over the place, right? I think I used Goku's active already, GT Goku's active. Yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, I use it right here, do I not? No, it's not ready. Okay, I use Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's, right. Yeah, because his is conditional. The enemy has to have, I believe, less than 50% HP. So, but I had both the Gogeta's active skill, which I was trying to get the KO screen, because I was like, I haven't seen the KO screen yet. Yes, I have. I just forgot about it. And then, because what would have been cool was, yo, I know the Dragon Fist pose is cool, but man, I would have much rather had him like riding Shenron with his arms crossed and his eyes closed, just grinning as they're just flying through the sky. And it's like from the front, you see like Shenron's head and his body, you know, behind, and then Gogeta standing on his head, dude. Just posed and aura farming, bro. Like that's what I want. But yeah, so I slow it down, which is, you know, that's a testament to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's very powerful, and during his active skill, he's even more powerful. Brother's nearly hitting a 99 million attack stat with some of this, with some of these turns and his active skill. So that's really, really cool. There's not too much more I need to talk about for Gogeta's team overall, and I'll just pull up Gogeta himself. I feel like I'm missing something. I know he gives support for the first 4 turns, but I don't think he's doing anything else anywhere else. The nullification is pretty good. Yeah, his passive is just kind of very standard, right? It's me, and me, right? That's Gogeta. That's what he feels like. Everything he does for himself. Are there any other outliers on the team? That I'm trying to think of a few more outliers. I felt like as I was recording, there was something else I wanted to bring up with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I mean, with either team, if we're fighting even tougher enemies, Slot 1 is going to feel safe for Gogeta if he can counter Ki Blast super attacks. Slot 1 will be safe for Tech Vegeta on the Goku team as long as Super Saiyan 4 Goku is out and about, right? You know. And then Vegeta's going to be near like 900k starter turn defense, 70% damage reduction, guard, and then as soon as he attacks, he's going to get another massive defensive boost on top of his super attack effect where he does get defense off of that. He's guaranteed additional supers, right? He feels exceptionally good. And then both the Super Saiyan 4, well, I say both, the physical Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta that you can bring out feels super powerful for both teams as well. I would really... I would like another slot oneable unit for Gogeta's team. I mean, I don't know that we will really get that. I have no clue. I would like to think so, but it would have to... It's literally going to come from the Vegeta or the Goku. I expect both of their Easy A's to be... Their Super Easy A's to be just about the same. Now, one of the interesting things that I'm only just now thinking about, and we're coming to the end of this, the run right here. They don't cross the teams over at all, right? Like, Gogeta's meant to be on a super team, and GT Heroes and Omega's meant to be just on a villain team, which is fine. I find that cool and interesting. Where Future Saga, it was like a crisscross. You can run Goku and Rose, well, Goku, Vegeta, and Rose on the same team, right? And just keep them on separate rotations. And even then, only a little bit of the passives are... I think Rose loses guard if the full rotation isn't extreme, but I think a Future Saga ally also, like, fixes that. I don't have him, so I don't remember. I really don't want to talk about him at the moment, but I found it odd that they decided to separate the teams like this. And then they're going to give us a crap ton of Easy A's and a few Super Easy A's. So I expect good things out of the Super Easy A's and not so much out of the Easy A's. Even the LR Shadow Dragon Legion, I will rainbow them if they're good. I have so many battlefield points. I spend them on what? Nothing? Garbage units, man. I get like the first LR copy of a new unit, and that's it. I don't get 2 dupes, I don't think. I just wait until their Easy A comes out, because that's when I know they're going to be good. Now, Jiren has quite a health bar on him. He's like at 580 million HP, which is pretty solid with a 68% damage reduction. He is guaranteeing crits. He's hitting like a 3.9 million super attack, but as you can see, nobody on the team can take damage. I believe in any slot, nobody takes damage to this guy, so it's very, very convenient that we don't have to worry about that. I think in the left video, I think I like sit there with Vegeta's. Oh no, that was the first video. I got the active skill with GT Vegeta, right? In GT Vegeta, got the KO screen, and then I sat there and let it record for a minute so I could turn it into a short. So I thought it was this one, and I tried to get the Goku KO screen as well, but I kind of rushed it. I rushed it because I didn't want the video to linger anywhere. But here we go. The next turn on the right, we're going to finish it off with Gogeta. And then on the left, I believe the next turn on the left, we do finish it off. But I do not believe it's with an active skill. I think we actually just end up finishing the fight with just regular attacks, which is still kind of cool, you know. Man, yeah, that's Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Still, top 5 biggest disappointments of 2025 Dokkan was he didn't have a team for 5 months. Now that I finally got a hold of his team, I'm actually happy. When I first got the team, right, when Gogeta came out, and I got my hands on it, day 1, I started to run Super Saiyan 3 Goku's team, and then I was like, man, I don't know, like, the enjoyment was already gone. I'm like, man, they took too long, the hype's not there. And then when I sat down and recorded these 2 videos, I was like, you know what, I really am enjoying Super Saiyan 3 Goku and his team right now. Oh yeah, I have to make sure I have the animation ready to play. But that's going to wrap it up on the right side. We still get a faster time. I do show off the screen, you know, the no item and all that. We still get a faster time. That shot when they zoom out and he just powers up looks so, so cool. Oh, here's Goku's active. Unfortunately, again, you know, not weak enough to get the KO. And he also does not get the KO screen either. So, it's still, his animations still look pretty good. I think I like his OST more than the new Gogeta by a lot. Wow, man. 75. Wow. Look, when you're going to put in active skills that have KO screens, you best believe I want to see the KO screen. No nonsense, baby. Show me the KO screen. Now, I think the right side of the video is going to go like black screen here in like 2 seconds because of I didn't properly do anything here. I'll hit the loop button. It should loop, right? And then we'll let the left side finish up there. Yeah. Or I did not. I sat like for a minute on the left side. I sat there for a whole minute to let that kind of round out. There we go. This is still a pretty cool KO screen to get, right? I wish on the KO screens, like, they would just get rid of the damage numbers, the health bar, and put the KO somewhere else. I don't know, top of the screen maybe? You know, I think that would be kind of cool. But there it is. I mean, Gogeta's team is faster, but to be honest, I like them both a lot. I can't say one's better than the other. If I were to objectively try to say it, I would say Super Saiyan 3 Goku is gonna, and both of them are very limited. Like, their teams are gonna live and breathe or die with GT, pretty much with Super Saiyan 4 units or Great Ape Saga or Great Ape Power units. But I think Goku has a little bit more versatility, especially since Great Ape Vegeta aged well enough. And Goku himself being able to go into Great Ape to save the team at you know, as early as turn 2. Wait, can he do it in turn 1? If we were to take damage before we jump into the fight? Oh, yeah, we could just start. We could, like, hit some damage tiles and go straight into Great Ape Goku. So, as early as turn 1, you can get Great Ape Goku out to save the team, right? But usually you would see it, like, turn 2 no later than turn 5, which is ideally when you would want to do it. All right, guys, that's it. I know not everyone got Gogeta. Not everyone may have all the units to run, Gogeta's full team or even Goku's full team. EGAs and sub-EGAs are on the way. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your night, evening, morning, whatever it may be. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed to see these guys running side by side, and I will see you guys next time.